Howdy folks, hope everybody's doing well this morning. Soap is brought to us from I guess you might say, if you look far enough down right here, it's going to say Figaro. And this one here, the scent on this one, I've got a short description off to the side down below. It refers to woody, airy, citrus type scent. For my nose, what I'm picking up, believe it or not, it reminded me of it reminded me of Clubman. It really did. And I think the two will play well together, at least per my nose. But I do pick up the woody scent, but off the puck, I was picking up more of a, what do you call it? Barbershop scent. There we go. Got it whipped up with a Yaqi synthetic knot brush here. Looked pretty good in my walnut bowl. Anyway, for me, the scent, it did remind me of a barbershop scent, but your nose may pick up something different. And hey, give it a week, and I'll take another sniff and probably smell something totally different. But anyway, that's what I'm shaving with today. Blade of the day is going with the Astra. There's only one left in here, and it's just wrapped in a plain wrapper there. The this OG1 iKon, you can tell that it is a bit different than the previous three videos. You can see that there's no overhang. There's a good place for you to hang on to the head there. One side's open comb, one side is got a safety bar. And to help put things in perspective, if it looks a little bit bigger, it is because it is. That top cap, there's a good comparison. This was the open comb from the previous video. It's quite a bit bigger. So, of course, this helps, with shaving underneath the nose, but your blade, you can kind of tell that how much of, I guess you might say, of the top cap and base plate is extended past the end of the blade. Don't know for sure how that's going to work for some folks. For me, it's a non-issue. I don't shave underneath my nose, and having something this big when you're trying to get close up to your nose and you got, your blade is that much further down. I don't know. Not sure how that's going to work for some folks. May not be an issue for some. For some, it might be. I could understand it, because if you're trying to get really close, you see how close the hair grows right up to my nose. I can see this head might not be working for everybody. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. This one here's the Christmas cube. Man, just picking it up and just waving it past my nose. It still has a scent to it. Smells good. I like this scent. If he was to come out with a soap that smelled like this, which to me is kind of, I smell at one. There's some kind of citrus that it seems like my nose picks up. It may not be. Who knows? Like I say, my nose is quite strange sometimes. What my nose smells and what my wife's nose smells of the same thing sometimes is, it's so polar opposite. Had a little bit of fun this morning whipping up the lather on this one here. I should say, the link that I have down below for this particular soap, this Figaro, is the one that I found back in 2016, I guess it would be. Maybe even late 2015 when I first found this soap. I put the link down below for that particular website. But where I bought this from would be on Pastor's website. And it's on sale for, I'm wanting to say, I think it was $5. I don't think it's the $3 range. I think it's $5. Inexpensive, in other words, if you want to give it a try. Now, this stock's been around for a moment, so the soap was a little on the dry side. So I did add a little bit of water to it to help, how can you say, soften it up just a bit. But when it comes to soaps that's been around for a moment and has lost some of its moisture, and just a little bit of water is not a big issue for me. But it won't be like a soft soap or a croak or anything like that. It will be almost like similar to a triple milled soap. It's going to be pretty hard. So I used my baby spoon and I scraped it out, and the little shavings, you know, the little crumbs that would come out in the bowl. Added just a little bit of water, not a whole lot, and it just lathered up just fine. The way this one here lathered up for me this morning was the I guess you might say the froth that starts up. You start working with it, and then you start to get a lot of the big bubbles that just kind of foams up, just kind of works its way up, and then it just starts to get real small again. It was, for me, that's pretty cool when you see that soap develop like that. But as you can tell, it's wet, but not exactly drippy. And to me, it whipped up pretty good. You know, sometimes you get kind of concerned about a soap that's been around a moment. It's lost some of its moisture. It wasn't intended to be like a triple milled soap. Will it not only will the scent still be there as intended, and the quality of the soap, and it's about like any other soap that you're getting ready to lather up, you're adding water to it. So I think of it that way, because even if it is a soft crope or whatever, you're still adding a little bit of, if it's moisture from the brush itself, or if you're actually adding water, you know, sprinkling a few drops in as you're whipping it up. In other words, for me, it's kind of all the same. I mean, it is nice when you get your crope. It's easier to scoop out. This one here, you have to work at it just a little bit. Like, I don't think it was that way, how you say, if it was a brand new jar. Now, I shaved with this once before on a video a while back, and have to say it's a pretty nice shaver. I don't feel like it's over aggressive. It's not too mild. An ever so slight blade feel to it, but you can feel the Astra blade just, you know, cutting through the whiskers. It's not an aggressive shaver at all. At least not for me. It does a good job giving you some feedback. Going cutting through the whiskers, if that's something that you enjoy hearing. This one here does do that. There's just a little bit of a blade feel, but it's I think it's still, it's not a mild one, but it's smooth. It goes probably at the bottom end of a medium as goes for the shave feel. It's not aggressive at all. In other words, if somebody was starting out with a start with the heads from iKon, the slant is a good one to start with. I think they're most efficient if you're looking for some blade feel. The tag head, that would be it. If you're looking for something that's efficient but smooth, the slant is definitely the way to go. That one there is it is very efficient and smooth. It cuts really nice. The only thing I could say about it is just be careful. Don't, just because it's a smooth, gentle cutter, if you will, don't put too much pressure on it. That's the temptation with that particular head. The open comb is, I guess you might say, closer to being somewhere in between. It's got the blade feel that some folks might be looking for. It's not quite as aggressive as a Gillette Old Type open comb, but in other words, it's a toned down version of that, in my opinion. This is a nice shaver though. That nice in between. If you're looking for something that might feel a little bit on the medium side, but not overly aggressive. It's got blade feel, but not a whole lot. Knurling on this handle is working well for me. It's a nice handle. As it goes for how it fits in my hand, the knurling, even with your hands being a little soapy. Had a lot of fun shaving with these. Still trying to figure out, looking at the calendar, if I'm going to get all the razors in that I wanted to, even though I started a few days early in November. This might run over into January. If you haven't noticed, in other words, towards the end of November, going into December, I've been shaving with DE shavers, and there's a lot of razors out there, blades. It's hard to work them all in a month. It's just it's really difficult, especially you're trying to do one every day, and that within itself is not an easy chore to begin with, and then trying to squeeze in all the shavers you're trying to squeeze in, and I don't think I'll be able to make it. I think it's going to run into January. And that's not even running through, in other words, Edwin Jagger. Edwin Jagger's got a lot of razors out there. So doing a shave with each one of those, yeah, that's going to be tough to do. Even though most of them are kind of sort of the same thing, just different handles, same head. But those handles do look pretty cool. Parker's another one that I was trying to, I guess you might say, work towards. They have several different razors, 3-piece, open comb, twist to open, and here recent history, one that's not a DE, an injector, I do have that one. It did show up. I was waiting until towards the end of this to do a shave with it. Oh, I think I just got myself right. Got a skin tag right there or something. I don't know what that is that keeps on coming up. I think, yep, there it is. So in other words, it's not anything to do with this or the soap. That right there is something that pops up from every now and then. Scent strength on the scent is, I would say it's a mild. It's not a real bright, heavy, in-your-face type scent. It's there, but it's on the light side. At least this particular puck is. Well, hopefully I can get that to stop. Every once in a while I'll hit that thing. I don't think I lopped off enough of it for it to totally go away for a while. I think I just got this part of it. I think the alum block will help out some. That is one thing I have noticed, that through, at least with my experience, my travels through wet shaving, is that if you get a cut like this, you might be able to get it to stop with the alum block, but then for whatever reason go to apply the aftershave that's alcohol based and open that bad boy right back up. Alright, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements alum block complete with rubber band this morning. Yeah, you know that's going to sting just a bit. I don't know, I may have to put the styptic pencil on it. Yeah, first time I ever used a styptic pencil. Boy, did it sting. Talking about how can you say waking you up in the morning. Not only do you do the dance, I just cut myself, and then you put that styptic pencil on there, and boy does it sting. I think I'll be kind of careful when I put the aftershave on right there. So I think I can get it to stop. Maybe. Might have to continue this off camera, huh? Yep, every once in a while these sort of things do happen. In this particular case, I wouldn't call it a bad shave. It's just like, I just know that it's down there, and every so often I do catch it. sometimes, you know, you lop it off and it's gone for a while and it's not a big deal, and then it managed to come back. Try to be careful and not irritate it. Does wonders for my nose. The menthol and this just, I know I keep on saying it, but boy howdy, I sure do appreciate it, what it does for my face and my nose. Man, it's just, my nose just opens up. Today, this morning was one of those mornings where I spent quite a bit of time blowing my nose, wondering if I'm ever going to get started on this video or not. I looked up online. I've always called that pignon. I think if I remember how the computer was saying it, Pinot. I think it was called Pinot. I had no idea that that's what that was pronounced. At least that's the way the computer was saying it. Pinot. Never would imagine that's how you pronounce that. But anyway, according to the computer, that's how you say it. So if you're like me and have a hard time pronouncing it, you just call it Clubman and be good. This was one of the, how can you say, first aftershaves I got when I first started wet shaving. And that's what the restrictor looks like. This definitely a classic scent. The scent on this one here is a bit stronger. I probably should take some of the scent notes from the website and put it on there, because I don't think I've ever really mentioned in any kind of great detail all the scents that that a person might be able to pick up on this if you got a great nose. Mine, it's all well blended. I can't pick out, in other words, a single scent. In other words, whether I'm picking up, for instance, like lavender or a citrus or a wood, spice. I can't, my nose just can't do that sort of thing. For me, this smells great. This is definitely like a classic aftershave. Kind of, in other words, when you think of Old Spice being a classic, yeah, this is where this falls in at, in my opinion. It's one that works well for my nose. It helps brighten it up, I guess, if you will. Had a great shave this morning. See, it did stop. I think I may put some aftershave balm on it. Help it out just a tad bit. Had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.